Emma, kati ongambako oba bisikatira
naye mwe you are disoriented. Abazungu babayingizamu
Nation exclusive yali presentinze
obutalengera
bayonga okubanga tebaloteddwa ku live eno oba president w'eggwanga teyabalo.
I think what he's
so that is in our agriculture.
Okay, we are live.
This one is from Dada Yenyini. I don't know if that's what, I don't know what your actual name is. Can you introduce yourself?
Emma kitya? Kitya banaye. Are we good to go? We good to go.
Okwekalakaasa nga babagulira enjaga n'okubawa buwalagi ne babagamba mugende mukume ebipiira ku makubo mwokye enguudo. Essaawa eno tekikyaliwo era ndowooza olaba emyaka 5 giweddeko teri mwana wa geto yeekalakaasa. Pulezidenti, ekibuuzo kyange
Kibuuzo.
otya embeera eno oba okwongera otya abaana bano
Sisikatira.
sente ez'okwekulaakulanya n'okubongera emisomo. Ekirala waliwo getozi okwetoolola Kampala mu cities endala ezitali Kampala. Zo olina nteekateeka ki egenda ozituukamu? Neyanziza Pulezidenti.
Zonna tugenda kubanga eno PDM gye twatandika emyoga youth fund
Ebibuuzo birungi bye babuuza omukulembeze bino.
okulaba ekikola n'ekitakola. PDM egenda kukola bulungi wadde ekyalinamu ebizibu bitonotono naye egenda kukola bulungi kubanga bananyini kintu be bagirimu.
Esa. Fa bakirimu. Ije.
Bakyabuzibwabuzibwamu.
Abanaku. Okay, nga Kasuku ayogera abanaku kale babeerewo abanaku.
Kulonda akakiiko ka saako akafuga saako oluusi tebajja.
N'ekigambo banaku ndaba kikalubamu. Abatali bulungi.
Ekyo mwena bwe mukyogerako ne mugamba nti olukiiko lwa general meeting ya saako lulina okubeerawo nnaku bwezitiini buli muntu yena n'amanya kigenda kukola kubanga eri emabega nali sindika sente za NADS operational creation naye nziyisa mu bakozi ba gavumenti.
Okay.
Kati abakozi ba gavumenti abo nagenda kuwulira abantu eri wansi bagamba nti beegabira bokka.
Emboko weevugiraawo.
Ngamba nti oba beegabira bokka kati sente zino mwekoleko mmwe.
Ekitegeera ne bazituwa mu kaashi.
Mumuluka ayingire mu saako. Emyaka 18 okudda waggulu. Kati abo be balonda akakiiko akanaddukanya saako y'omuluka. Naye tebanakikola bulungi kikyabulabulamu.
Tebannakitereeza.
They will learn. So,
On the way.
abageto nabo tulina okubategeka mu bitundu byabwe.
Naye we banaategekera abaana ba ghetto baabwe obudde nga butambula.
Luko nga kati omulukamiro kagimanyiddwa yomwana omuluka gyaba. So it is easier to check than when it is vague. District wala. So we are now going to organize the ghettos in a way which is easy to monitor. And we shall
Yes,
put
sir.
money, like we have done for the PDM, we shall put different money for all those groups.
Yes, sir.
And the
Yes, sir.
churches, we shall give them money in their dioceses.
Ate kyaki bazongere ssente.
Jinja,
Kyaki bazongere ssente.
we shall support them.
Thank you.
Kale.
Mzee.
Kubanga sente ezo amagoba gali wansi bwe tukwereza akakadde oluvannyuma y'omwaka okomyewo akakadde n'emitwalo 6 kati bogeraganya na money lenders babadde bakuwa akakadde oluvannyuma lw'omwaka n'okomyewo miliyoni nga 6 kumpi.
Nsabako kompyuta.
N'olwekyo eno enkola egenda kukola. Naye mulina okwongerako okulonda ababaka abalumirwa ensonga zammwe, kubanga bano abagezigezi oluusi bagezako kubanga sente zino
Bazibulankanya nyingi.
banakigwanyizi abamu bagala kuzitwala bazikozese bakole ebyabwe.
Abali selfish.
Kati mmwe mulina okuzirwanako ate ne mukolagana n'abakulembeze abalumirwa ebyammwe bemba mulonda si bano abagenda kukola ebyabwe.
Okitegeera. That's a good message from the Jaja.
Thank you, Mzee.
The next one is going to be asked by me, and I wanted us to show us a small little clip on the screen, so maybe you can organize that quickly. Precious?
Kasuku is representing us at Omulaba.
Amazina gange mbanyeta akampura Evarist kurga kuma takadariwa town council.
Kasuku is representing the YouTubers. All of those who are on social media. Fena will be represented by Kasuku. Is our panelist. Then Nama TV negasindika ebyawe. Okitegeera. Kati nkiddamu abo bonna abadde bagamba nti lwaki si bo lwaki tebalondebwa bo. Tewaliwo asinga Kasuku kyano y'amaanyi ku bonna abagambye nti lwaki tebalondebwa. Okitegeera. Bonna banafu ku Kasuku in terms nti ani aludde mu industry. Okitegeera. Ani amaze ebbanga eppanvu mu industry. Ani apulinga off crowd ey'amaanyi. Ani asinga okuba ne views. Ani asinga engagements ku channel ye. Okitegeera. Bana bonna abadde ba complaining nga bakedde nakula live byabwe ku TikTok. Kasuku jju ensonga mpitirivu ezimuteekayo kubanga ye panelist wa social media. Okitegeera nti alina follow y'amaanyi. Emitwalo 2 okubeera nago ng'oli YouTuber wano mu ggwanga kiralamu. Okitegeera. Nalabye Tamale Junior akaaba alinga yafuse omukyala naye. Tokaaba. Ebintu ebyo tebirina kumalamu. It is Kasuku's time to shine. Kekadde ka Kasuku. Okitegeera. So tumuleke Kasuku avimbemu. Akaladdeko omulala kajja tuuka tomanya nange nnyinza okuddako. Okitegeera.
Can we do it quickly? Is it possible? Did you want to take off the...
So abasigadde tusigaze kuza account. Next time it might be you. Bano bakikenkikenyi baana. Ogenda buuza ki omukulembeze?
Many of the young people kept saying that one of the the things that they really picked up from the 6 months they went to the skilling hub, those regional skilling hubs. They would get a skill like, say, welding, like that boy, and then they talk about
ebyuma nga bikyankalana eyo bannaayi. Okyakola kino nga kiri kikyankalana ki ekigenda mu maaso? Buli kimu kivaako ku lwakyo.
I can keep going?
Yeah.
So then, hello? Then my question is that it seems that the mindset class is very transformative in the lives of those young people, and I wanted to ask that, is our mindset as Africans, is it a hindrance to us as Ugandans and as Africans? And what can we do about it?
Of course, that's what I was telling you. Those children in their local language say, mindset.
Peaking. Olina okuba nga oli peaking.
Bwe twaliyo nasoma okutunga ate nensoma na mindset. They don't even finish the whole sentence. But what they mean, mindset change, which is taught by our UPDF officers who come there and show them that what I've been telling you, because that's what the other Kawes, was he called Kawes? The one who was saying that why do we go to the Arab countries to look for jobs when they are here?
The jobs are here, but there is no money. You see, abantu abagenda ebweru okukola bagenda okola si nti lwakuba wano tewaliwo mirimu. Bagenda okola lwa nsonga emirimu weegiri naye sente ezipeyingibwa off ntono nnyo. Kitegeera. So omuntu n'agamba wemba okubeera asikaali mu Uganda kangende mbeera asikaali e Dubai lwa nsonga asikaali e Dubai agenda kuba afuna ennusu bibiri ebya dola. Obimanyi? Giba emitwalo nga 80, giba emitwalo 70, okusinga obeera wano bakuwa emitwalo 20 omwezi oba 3 omwezi. So ensonga lwaki omuntu akeera ku makya n'agamba agenze Dubai si nti lwakuba wano tewali mirimu.
Building an economy which is independent, integrated and self-sustaining. And it is that effort, which is not fully implemented, just partially, that has made Uganda succeed. The other day, during the New Year's speech, I told you that now our export earnings are more than our import bill by more than $2 billion. We've got a surplus on the, I think they call it current account, or I don't know how they call it. So this is because of that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The shirt I'm putting on is from Ugandan cotton.
Okitegeera. We are here to shine Uganda Jew. Mu comment section take out Uganda Jew.
But we had to insist until there was full integration through these a few companies like what is it called, the one?
Fine spinners.
Fine spinners, and then native. Now this is the crisis in Africa.
Nange ngenda kugulawo yange yasaana obunaagujja.
Exporting unprocessed coffee. We are struggling to add value to it.
We want to add value naye ebyuma adding value they are expensive, especially when they reach here in Uganda. The revenue which is imparted on those machines is weird, is wild. Okitegeera.
That's how the coffee business in the world is $460 billion. But the coffee producing countries of the whole world, including Uganda, take only 25 billion out of the 460 billion. A country like Germany, which has no coffee, earns $65 billion
from
coffee
our coffee. Okitegeera.
by using the coffee of the sleeping people.
Kyokka tebalima.
In Hamburg, you have got all the coffee processing.
And another thing, lwaki tetuproducinga bulungi ebintu ebyo is bwe bigenda ku world market, abo abakulu bennyini ab'ebweru batukuba akasa. They say it is poor quality.
We are struggling with at the local level, at the individual people's level.
Is there a way that we can all, that more of our young people can access?
It can be in the school system. In the school system, they are beginning to introduce it, the new syllabus. Because the new syllabus was talking about skills. To go back to our tradition, the yoga.
Okay. Stuff.
For instance, when you get a degree in what? Conflict resolution. What's that? What? Somebody even gets PhD. But what will you do? What if the conflicts are not there? What will you do? So you can find the education system had been derailed really it is as if it was deliberate to make Africa import dependent. Import everything. Even food.
Do we import food? Nsasira omuntu abagula emmere banaye wabweru w'eggwanga muli balamu bulungi. Abantu abayimportinga emmere ki gye bayimportinga ye banaye? Tuyimportinga mmere ki wanjinyiza okwegomba okuva ebweru gye tasobola funa?
Yes, me, I'm a man of literature. I can quote for you Shakespeare.
Quote. Jaja, quote.
He was looking this way, and he said this. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Museveni. It shows that you can remember things. But what are you going to eat? But I have my moga. I am a cattle keeper. Literature is just for interest. That one is the one which will reorient us, which are reoriented us, and that's how we manage it, and then others can also join us.
Thank you, Mzee.
To have a society of skills.
Of skills and of a self-sufficient thinking, maybe.
Yes.
Our next question is from Isaac Katende, popularly known as. That's you, right? Yes. Please introduce yourself.
Isaac Katende. Kasuku.
Thank you. Hello?
Kasuku, Emma.
Thank you, Natasha. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. How are you doing, sir?
Very well.
I can see.
Things
seem to be going well for you. Just a minute, Madam Natasha. I just want to borrow just 2 minutes before I ask my question. I hope the camera is getting me well. Okay, so we are live on Kasuku Live, and I want to tell all my followers out there that welcome to the presidential edition of Kasuku Live. We came and ask the big man our questions. So before I go any further, I would want to first shout out to my people out there. My judge is watching.
Zubeda!
My son and my wife. Zubeda.
Yes! Yes, Zubeda!
Shalom, Frank and Tambi.
Yeah.
So the question I have is about digital media. Today I don't want to brag, but I'm one of the biggest YouTubers.
You are, indeed.
Time here we had over 10,000 people before we went off that we are watching on Kasuku Live. So that means it is something very big.
True that.
We are making money off these platforms. Like
True
you can
that.
see, Natasha is here with her phone and a stand. And today you're talking to over 2 million, 3 million, 5 million Ugandans with all of us combined.
Yeah.
But we have not yet seen government involvement in supporting us.
Ne Starlink bagigobye tugenda vaako ku social media.
Because we are making the money. Of course, courtesy of the environment the government has placed for us to be able to work. But we are seeing issues like the cost of internet.
Avuddeko.
We are seeing platforms like YouTube being shut down. A very good example.
Starlink.
Today we have people on TikTok, like all of these. If you ask these people where they were 3 years ago, they were putting on suits, going to offices to ask for jobs. Today they will tell you they are able to make 3 million shillings a month
from TikTok.
And they feed their families. So we are trying to find out how do we get the government to support the digital space? How do we get government to enhance, to understand from the things you've been explaining to
Bro
us?
is speaking for me.
The digital space brings us closer. It connects us, the farmers, the manufacturers. But we are not seeing government coming up to tell us or even to understand what the digital space is. Of course, people talk about digital this, digital that, but we have not yet seen someone who has come up to grasp it. Where
Kasuku mulamwa.
You can see she's putting up these engagements for us, you know, to come and talk to you. But we want the technocrats. We want you to understand that even if we are not farming,
God damn,
but we can use this digital space because it has so many apps like YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. People are selling items there. People are creating content on there. And they are making money. They are very okay. However, what we have received now, we see government coming up, shutting down Facebook. Some government officials are telling us we shall lock down TikTok, you know, all those things. And then we are wondering if this is trying to solve the issue of unemployment, how come nobody is trying to come closer to us to understand how this works and to see how they can help us? That is
the question is, how can the government help the social
but doesn't know what is happening there. I was the first follower of that capacity of the digital. Because previously we were depending on satellite, people who were communicating by radio, by digital, electronic. We are doing so through satellite. The physics of that is line of sight. That is the physics of satellite. It's like I see with my eye, then enhanced. But it was very expensive. I don't have the details here. There was so many dollars.
Megabyte
or so, there's something there. It's megabyte or what? The cost.
Bameka?
Per what? It was a lot of money. So Katende didn't know that I'm the one who worked very hard to bring the backbone,
Olibira
now look here.
Kabera. Olibira Kabera.
Fiber.
The internet.
That's what all is so
Yes, I'm the one. I'm here. There was a problem which I was following very closely. Of course, Kateni didn't know because he was comfortable in his house. But me, I was not sleeping because
Emma.
the undersea cable from Asia was passing through the port near, through Eden. It was passing through Eden to the Red Sea and going to Europe. And then another undersea cable was passing from Cape Town
to
Atlantic. So there was a gap between Eden and South Africa, which we worked with so many people. There's now undersea cable to Mombasa, to Dar es Salaam, and then underground cable from there to here now, from Mombasa and from Dar es Salaam. That's how the cost came down. The cost, you can get the figures how it came down from so much by satellite to so much now. It is much.
Emma Jew. Commenting Emma Jew.
We had put a tax. I don't remember. I think that's what you should discuss. If the technology now is there, because the underground cable is there, and it is being sent to all parts of the country, you can check. I think even Arua now may already be having the underground cable. That's the infrastructure which is crucial. Now, if there are any other little issues like tax or what, that can be looked at. But the infrastructure, we foresaw that and we put it there. Now, there were attempts by the telephone companies to monopolize, but we said no. Electricity, the railway, and the internet backbone, they call it internet backbone, must be owned by the government, so that we are not there to make profit, we are there to facilitate business, as you are saying. Now, closing Facebook, yes, we closed it, I closed it, Facebook, Nifunga. Because they were idiots.
Are you busy?
They thought they could insult us, with us, and we would not close them. We closed them. And I waited for the cows not to go to graze. The cows are going to graze. Fishermen are fishing. Uganda is continuing. We closed it like 5 years ago.
It blows my mind. You could literally start your own business.
There's no other issue. Otherwise, if they behave well, fairly, we shall open them up. We have no problem. The only thing there would have to be tax. Why the cost? I will check. Why the cost is not even lower? Does anybody here know? Wanyama, would you know? We shall find out and let you know why it is not even lower. Now, recently, I have been in talk with Elon Musk. He has been telling me that his satellite, it's called Starlink, that when I allow him to come here, although it is satellite, because satellite was expensive, that's why we migrated from satellite to underground cable. But
underground cable.
Elon Musk has been telling me that no, satellite is now cheaper. They call it last what? When they go to the last person.
Last mile.
Huh?
Last mile.
Last mile. There's also something about they say there about the person, the customer. direct to the customer.
Ebyo kale mbadde njagala owulira ebya Starlink
If
ebisigadde
it is true, we
saagala
shall
mmanyi.
allow Elon Musk to bring his satellites here if they can make that digital connection cheaper than the underground, then we shall.
Ebisigadde saagala mmanyi kasita amala ebya Starlink naye n'ekibuuzo kya Kasuku nga mbivaako.
When were you born? When were you born?
Kasuku bamubuuzizza emyaka gye.
6 years after you came.
That time, when
No, 4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
Kasuku God!
Yes.
Yeah, because when I visited China in 89, that's when I negotiated with what was the company? The one which did the internet?
Kasuku is goated.
Huawei. That's when I negotiated with Huawei. So we are aware of all of that.
Let's first get some others and then we can come back. Okay? Thank you so much. Kasuku is a big internet personality. Mzee, I'm saying Katende is a big internet. These are big internet personalities.
Bamutegeddeyo ekibatu.
They have very interesting.
I'm very lucky to be.
Yes.
Kasuku bamutegedde ekibatu.
Powerful people.
Mukama Katonda wange.
This question will be from Mr. Simon Kaheru.
Thank you, Natasha. Your Excellency, first of all, thank you for having us and giving us all this time. My question is pretty simple, and you've already started touching on it. I'm here on behalf of the East African Business Council, so my focus is private sector and regional. And I'm interested in you giving the young people a message around the NRM ideology being built on Pan-Africanism and your consistent championing of regional integration for economic reasons. Even today, you have spoken about it. But many of these young people, not only the ones in the room, but even the ones out there, do not make the link between regional integration, the production that has increased with Ugandans coming into the money economy, and the opportunities, direct and indirect, that they can receive. So we'd be happy for you to give them a detailed message.
Nange ebituuse ngenda kuddamuko ku bibuuzo ebimu ebya President.
This is where the Africans are in big danger if you don't wake up, your generation. Because there are two issues. Prosperity. Where does prosperity come from? Prosperity comes from a wealth creator like myself. Me, I'm a wealth creator. I'm not a parasite. I'm a cattle keeper. And I'm a grower of bananas. But when I grow bananas,
Yeewombeese full figure yeewombeese oyinza yasinga obukkakkamu awo.
Produce beef. The Banyankore don't buy from me. Why? Because the Banyankore also have their own milk, their own beef. They don't buy from me. The ones who buy from me are the people of Kampala. So that's why me, I am a lover of Uganda. Because Uganda is the one which is crucial for my prosperity. You can see my cows there. In Tezobu Jaja, but Stadio. Now, they are the ones who buy my milk, who buy Uganda, Kampala, are the ones who buy my beef, who buy my milk, who buy my bananas. And that's why I say patriotism, love Uganda. Other people say love Ankole, love Buganda. I say, yes, I love those, but Uganda is, I need it more than any of those. Because it's the one which will support my prosperity more. But then, because I'm a big producer, and other people who are producing a lot, we have now discovered that Uganda is not enough to absorb our products. We need East Africa. We need Africa. So that's why we say patriotism, add on Pan-Africanism. You must love Africa for your own good. You must love Uganda for your own good.
Oyagala watu oyagala
When I see people
olina
talking
okwagala
about
eggwanga lyo.
that, I feel sorry, very sorry.
Oba batya olina okwagala gy'ova.
You people. By that time I will be in heaven with Ibrahim, we shall be sitting in heaven there.
Ejjajja n'okwogera ku by'okugenda mu ggulu.
And we will be suffering here. Like Latin America, you can see Latin America the way it is happening. Why is Latin America miserable? And yet in terms of natural resources, it's actually much richer than the United States. If you look at the water, you look at the minerals, you look at the forests, Latin America is richer than the United States. Why should the United States be more prosperous than Latin America? Because of that difference of integration. When the American colonists separated from England, they formed the nucleus of the United States. The 13 colonies, they formed the nucleus, then they have been adding on. That's why in America you can easily succeed if you are a businessman. Because if you are in New York, you produce a product, you can sell it all the way up to California. 300 million people.
300 million people.
America, you are in Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, you are here. If you produce a product, you can't. How would you succeed? Here in Africa, if I produce a product to go to here, I must negotiate. To go there, I must negotiate. That's why we had to try and revive this African community. Now, but there's also the issue of strategic security. That's why for us we support the Federation of East Africa. As we speak today, the Americans are on the moon. The Chinese are on the moon. The Indians are going to the moon. You fellows, we are here on Earth, here. The Europeans are looking at us from space like here. This is very dangerous. And you have all these contenders, all these influencers. What are you influencing? Why don't you say you people are in danger? People are on the moon, we are here. They are seeing us, we don't see them. But can Uganda and the Americans, they have been saying so openly. They say in land forces, superior on land, superior at sea, the Navy, superior in Air Force, superior in space. Where does that leave Africa? Africans are here, dancing Pakachina. Katubeerewo tetulina kye twagaza nsi katugira tubeerawo wano. Look at your future. Where is your future? How will you be safe? How will you be safe in the world? So that's why you can bring my tablet. Can you bring my picture?
Yeah.
Bring my picture. So that's why we were talking of the East African. For economic prosperity, it must be economic integration in East Africa and the whole of Africa, a common market of Africa. We need a common market of Africa. We have started, and we have got what we call CFTA,
Natasha.
So that we can trade, the market is there. Ate wewe Africa n'abantu abalala. The Chinese are 1.5 billion inside China. But you find the Chinese dying for more markets. But now mu China. Somebody with 1.4 billion people is still hungry for more market. You, of a smaller number, you are not even bothered. Are you not an endangered species? Why would the China get worried?
Twekubanya ekikono banaye twekuba ekikono. Muzeeyi mutuufu naye twekuba ekikono.
You are not bothered, you are just here. So, that is for economic prosperity. But there's a strategic security. Because with the economic integration of East Africa, of the common market of Africa, we shall deal with the economy. Businessmen will have a market where to sell. And they will invest more. And if they invest more, they create jobs. The jobs are talking about. If I'm a businessman, I sell more, I expand, I create more jobs. But that one does not address the issue of army. Because the common market doesn't involve army.
Okay.
Defense. We need an African political unit that can guarantee the defense of the black race. That's why we have been talking for the last 6 years of the East African Federation. East Africa would have the capacity to go to the moon and check on what those fellows are doing.
Bana tetulina kye twagala ku mwezi.
The moon is a common property.
Ebyaddala tetulina kye twagala ku mwezi. Nze sirina kye njagalayo. Abagenda bagende.
People on the moon, they are looking at us like.
Ffe tubalikaye katubalimire emmere tunaabaguza. Tubalimire emmere tunaabaguza emmere.
Waliwo ebiwuka ebirya sukaali. Ebinyomo. Tuli wano ng'ebinyomo batulengera bulengezi. Oyinza kuleeta n'ebifo byonna n'okutegeera kibitegeedde ani abisi. So this is very dangerous. Naye kambaleetere ekifaananyi kyange, you can continue, Natasha, they bring my
abantu abalaba Kasuku tebasobola kwagala laba UPC nsonga bya gavumenti byokka.
Enlightening always. I pray that they stick with us. The next question is from Hassan Chikomeko.
Hassan Chikomeko, represent us, bro.
I want to first wish a happy new year. Your Excellency.
To Hassan who?
Chikomeko. Hassan Chikomeko, Kana Kambata. I work with Fly Express, led by Chairman Peter Kagwa.
Bakuzalawa.
I've been the youth chairperson of Entebbe Municipality.
Bakuzalawa Chikomeko.
Thank you for the peace. I'm one of the youth who appreciate what we have in Uganda.
Kaitwino buli omu alina okukola ensonga yonna emuyisaawo.
Nti akaseera ne bwe kaliba katuuse ng'ovuddeko olisigala okyawabula Uganda in terms of security and peace. Tulya, tunywa, tutambula, byonna tubikola.
Mukuba ne pate.
I want also to thank Madame Masera. If it wasn't her, I wouldn't have been here for recognizing me. My question is, Your Excellency, having led Uganda for decades and having witnessed different generations,
Decades.
as Uganda prepares the next
Point that
generation,
out. Decades.
the next generation of leadership, what structures are you putting in place to ensure young Ugandans transition from dependency to productivity, especially in employment, skills development, and access to capital? Thank you, Your Excellency.
Bayagala bamubuuze eki mwabalina ebibuuzo ebingi mwasigadde waka.
We have all these funds which we started, PDM.
Anti kyekibuuzo Kasuku kyabuzza mu buli kibadde ku mulimu gwe. Naye bano ebibuuzo bye bali obuuza byonna byonna bifa ku bya buli omu baabibuuzabuuza dda biri nnomo.
And we're going to keep adding on. Now, for the market, that's what we anticipated. That's why we need.
Ebibuuzo ebitu nange naakakizuula nti ebibuuzo bye babuuza ebibuuzo biri nnomo nnyo omusajja ky'ova olaba abiddamu buli kaseera.
The roads, now the railway.
This is your brain when you're struggling.
Syllabus in the schools, the skilling hubs, like you saw those young people there talking. So we are working on every side, software and hardware both. We are working on both for you to succeed. Software including.
Engeri gy'alowoozaamu manyi ga Museveni yasomera ddala.
Thank you. Next
Yakiwa
question is
obudde
from
ekitabo.
Marcella Karechi.
Museveni ekitabo yakiwa obudde yasomera ddala.
Mzee, you've already touched on Pan-Africanism, citing strategic security as a major reason. And you kind of preempted this question, but please repeat your wisdom. What lessons can we learn from America's actions in Venezuela, for example, recently?
Well, the one thing you can learn is that I don't know what they are fighting for. I'm still watching, studying it, because the Americans are saying that
ate kyekituusewo jjajja akasiriikiriro nga kaali ani gwe bagenda okuba kibooko ani gwe bagenda okuba kibooko.
This was the Uganda August.
Oh my God.
Of June 1963.
Namu black and white. Jaja is goated.
I remember I was at Ntare in the school.
Obwana mawulire kigano bannaye.
Not sport. And I was so happy because we had Kenyatta, Obote, Mwalimu saying now they are going to cause East Africa to build the East African Federation that year. Wadri, come and take it and take it around. Wadri, come. Muleke.
Ekifaananyi tekigwa bannaye.
Wadri. Okay, now you take it around. Go from here, this side.
Buli omu alina okirabako. Buli omu ateekeddwa okirabako. naye buli akiriko omufu okuggyako omuntu omu the gote jjajja the great baba full figure ye simanyi na kumanya live yange si emu neyaabo kyobula nze mbeera mabega bwe mwalina olaba ekifaananyi ekyo baba tebaagala oba owulira nti toyagala ogenda fuluma waawo ogenda okola ebibyo ekikamera kyo kijjewaawo okitegeera oba yejjajja yazze kumalako baba jjajja asobola bavuga mpaka kiro nga teri alayikinga live ya Kasuku amuloga aloga Kasuku baaba omuti tagussa wansi omuti aguwanyikidde ddala aloga Kasuku.
I don't know what they are quarreling about. The Americans are saying that some of the Latin Americans are sending drugs to the U.S. But whatever the case, we shall find out, we shall learn more. But whatever the case is, you can see the gaps, which I'm telling you about. Because the Americans are operating from 4 dimensions.
America batuka down 4 dimensions. Judge. Dimensions nyazo
in the sea.
Zitegera bulungi.
The Latin Americans are not there. They don't have a navy. Then they can come with the air force, and then space. They're in space. Now they are trying to come on land, which of course is very risky also for the Americans. There you come near, because even me who has got a short range, I can harm you. But there you are at an advantage. You are seeing me in space, I'm not seeing you. You're in the ocean, I'm not there, I'm here. So this is what we are talking about, that the Africans, because of that was our target in 1963. And Marino was going to move, but Kenyatta and Obote decided to remain big fishes in smaller ponds. Some people like that. When a big fish in a smaller pond, you feel very, very big. But when trouble comes, you may not survive. So, the issue of the strategic security of Africa is very crucial. East African Federation, I'm glad the East African leaders have never given up. Even when we were last in Arusha, they appointed me as an advocate for the Federation, so that we are able to unite our land space, unite our sea space, have more resources to be able to build capacity in the 4 dimensions, on land, at sea, in the air, and in the space. Let's go to space. We can't remain here when other people are in space and you think we are clever.
Ffe tubeerewo nga tubalimira emmere banaagula kwanya emmere ffenna bwe tunaagenda ku mwezi ani agenda osigala wano The synergy in the
for you people.
Eh?
So you should wake up and wake up the young. Yes, the young generation should have
the soul of
pleasure, but also they must have security.
I think.
And they have all the potential because like East Africa is very strong. They're the same groups. You have